Hey, welcome to Permakids Podcast, episode 9.
999.
Sorry, I'm screaming in your ear.
One episode.
Episode 2 for Jennifer. I mean, Black Sheep.
Yeah, hey, no real names. What the hell, bro?
My name is James. Anyway. Yeah. So what's happening this week? What's going on?
What did everyone play this week?
Oh. Just because I'm a camera hog and a mic hog, I'll go
Diva.
first. I've been playing Starbound. This was a game that popped up on Steam, and I played it for the first half of 2014, and they finally did some updates to it, and I've been playing that again like a crazy person. It's not the full update where they're going to add like more fleshed out NPCs and stuff like that, but they've added Stargates and missions, for God's sakes, and I've been playing Starbound. I just love it. I love Starbound. Deal with it. I love Terraria too. I love all those kind of sandbox games.
I need to get Terraria. I don't have it. It's been on sale on Xbox Live like a million times, but I never bought it.
I've been halfway tempted to try out Starbound, but I still can't get in the keyboard game in it just yet.
You never really enjoyed the PC Master Race?
And I agree with it being a master race because PC gaming will never go anywhere. As systems come in and out, PC gaming will always be PC gaming. It will always have that one category. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Like, at my last leg of being a gamer, I'm going to be like, okay, it's time for me to become the PC gamer.
I don't know if you should wait that
keep
long.
Last resort.
That way they keep me. That way I'll buy myself another 10 or 15 years of gaming.
PlayStation 4 just sold like 20 million units. I think it's going to be around for a long time.
Dude, don't wait that long. I think I want to try to introduce you into a couple of PC games. I think you'll like them.
That's cool. I mean, the
keyboard and mouse, it's not so bad.
They're taking so long to come out with good shit on the console. And there's always plenty of good shit on the PC. So
yeah, it's time.
Why not
It's
PC
time.
game?
I think even if you did start using the PC, you would probably still be like, I don't like half of these games on there.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's a lot of games and there's a lot of stuff.
There's a lot of indie games and shit like that, but at the same time, you can be like...
So why don't you just save time instead of waiting? Just go ahead and do it now.
Because, like I said, I want to get this console gaming thing.
You've been giving it the last resort for how many years now?
And because usually console gaming come out with something that just draws me back in. I'm just like, okay, I don't regret not going to the PC gaming race. Like last generation, it was what, Halo 3, and on PS3 it was JRPGs of any sort, because that's all that came out on PS3. I feel like every generation has a game, every console generation has a game that just like is amazing and that the PCs don't usually have some kind of access to. So
well, I'll tell you this, I've played Terraria on the computer first, and then they got it for the consoles, and I played it on the PlayStation and the Xbox, and it's not as good. I mean, it's just harder because when it comes to those crafting games, when you just want to be able to point and click where you want your bricks to go and you want to make a house or whatever, But anyway, I was playing Starbound this week. What else was being played?
I played Aru's Awakening.
What is that?
It came out last week on Steam. It's a 2D side scroller, and it's kind of like a puzzle game. You play this creature named Aru that looks like a mix between the Bandersnatch from Alice in Wonderland and like an anteater just had a baby. I don't know what it actually is, but this thing is amazing. I don't know, the levels, they're all hand drawn.
Ooh.
They're beautiful, amazing colors, and basically you get 2 abilities. You get this like supercharge or jump or whatever, and you get like this teleportation ability, and each level is like a different puzzle and you have to figure out how to get across it. And like, it got me back into platformers.
Nice.
It's really good. I would recommend it.
How much is it?
Oh god, I think it was, when I bought it, it was like $12.
Might go down to 2.
I should have waited, but
I've been doing that Steam sale stuff for too long to buy any game that's over $5.
yeah, I don't know. It just really like caught my eye, and I watched a demo of it. I was like, this looks pretty good. Like you fight this, you're supposed to be fighting this big bad or whatever. I don't know what it is. I haven't got to it yet. but like you go through 3 different stages. It's like the day stage, the night stage, and then like this little twilight stage. So
Yeah, you're gonna have to write that down. So
Yeah.
I know I don't know how to spell it.
make a note of that. Yeah, that's
That's
what I
2
played.
side-scroller games right there.
Well, you know, I didn't play anything this weekend. I was out of town all weekend, so I didn't get a chance to do anything.
Well, that sucks.
Lame.
Hey, look, I have kids, and they all play sports, and I was out of town doing that.
He got cheering too.
Well, my kid doesn't love me, so
Come
it
on
gives me
now.
plenty of time.
His kid's not even actually his kid. Come
Yeah.
on, now. It's my kid.
Punched
Yeah.
you.
You can tell.
Earlier.
A little
just
photo picture of the
I
baby.
got a little weird.
Whose baby is this? Is it Woodrow's or mine?
What about
The
you?
fans decide.
Before I go into my Zillia rant, I'll let you say what you got to say.
See, Kyle don't like any games anymore. He needs to leave.
Maybe so. Maybe I'm ticked. You know what? Maybe I'm the tick of the group now.
Shout out to Tick.
even though I refuse to play Call of Duty ever, but
I
Not only shout
played.
out to Tig, but
Yeah.
all shows like that. Earthworm Jim.
Oh
Oh my
yeah.
god.
Yeah, but no, there's a specific YouTuber that we watch called Modern War Negro, and he's got like his little team, and there's I don't know. We'll show you later.
So I guess I'm out of the loop on that
They-
one.
No, but they
Yeah,
do
they
call
have
him
problems.
Tick front, and they show the
Oh,
picture
yeah.
of the blue
Yeah.
superhero.
They had problems and had a fallout, so no more podcasts from them. It kind of sucks.
It's just like what we're gonna do eventually.
Yeah.
Like, man, you don't play enough games, man. I'm
you
out.
every game you play. This
Nah,
is
I played.
bullshit.
What did I play? I played Far Cry 4 as usual, and I played Life is Strange. Which, if you like point and click games, I recommend anybody go play that. The dialogue is kind of bad. It's weird seeing people say business, and it just kind of threw me off a little bit. But
They're teenage girls, man.
even then, I've still yet to hear a teenage girl say the word business.
Have you ever seen Juno?
Yeah, a long time ago.
That game is if Juno had superpowers.
I don't remember her saying business though.
She said a lot of weird
She was
things.
just like, "What are you doing?" Oh, nothing. Let's get down to business. I've never heard anybody say that, but whatever.
I'm gonna start saying it.
Well, other than that, that game is fun. It's a point and click game that allows you to rewind time, and when you get to reverse bad decisions you made, so the outcome changes. His kind of favorite game. But other than that, I like it. It's fun. I'm on episode 1, so episode 2 comes out sometime this month, I think. So I need to check on that.
so everybody
Go ahead.
Go
Go ahead.
ahead.
You rant.
Tells
Oh, guys, I got a problem with some other game. Go ahead.
tells Azealia goddamn 2. The first game was cool. I was okay with it. But this second game is one of the most bullshittest
Bullshit.
Bullshittest.
That's a word.
RPGs I have. I take that back. It is the second most bullshittest tail game I've ever played. But have y'all ever played an RPG where you have, of course, you only have like 3 or 4 people fighting with you, but you'll have like more people in the party.
Mm-hmm.
So you switch them out at any particular moment, depending on the strategy or whatever. Have y'all ever played an RPG where you could only do that in towns? If you're in the open map, you cannot switch out the 4 people that you have locked into your party after you left that town.
All right.
That does suck.
And this is a complete opposite of what they did in Zillia 1. Because in Zillia 1, not only could you switch out your characters outside of towns in the open map, you could actually switch out your characters in the middle of battle. You could actually, while you're fighting somebody, and you decide, oh, this person doesn't need to be there anymore.
Yeah.
You click a button, and you can actually switch out one of your reserve members with your active members.
Even if you lose a turn doing it, at least you're still able to do it.
Yeah. Not in Zillia 2. In Zillia 2, if you're in the open map, which in most RPG games, that's where you spend 90% of your time, either in an open map or a dungeon. But if you're in an open map or a dungeon, you cannot change any of your active members.
Did they
Once you
do
leave town,
this
that's
for a
it.
reason, or did they just decide, hey, let's be dicks and do this?
Man, your guess is as good as mine. I
Hey,
don't know.
man, how, you mean you pretty far in the game, right?
This is a direct sequel to Zillia 1. It's a year later. It's not like it's, like a spin-off of the game. Like you play with somebody that's like, just like going a different route than the original heroes. No, this game is a direct sequel to the first one, and you're playing with the exact same characters with maybe 2 or 3 extras. So I don't understand why they changed the mechanic that much. And then this Dora the Explorer shit, I can't understand. I hate it. I hate
Explain
it.
this? What do you mean?
Hate
Dora the
it. All right, we discussed this earlier this week.
We did it.
God damn it.
Yay.
We discussed this earlier this week. When you play your point and click games and you pick a choice for the character that you're controlling, what does that character do? They repeat that choice, right? Like if the choice pops up, like Lee says, stop, don't eat that, or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Lee says, hey, wait, don't eat that. He repeats the choice. He makes you feel like that what you said mattered. In this game, you just pick a choice, and everybody's just like, "Oh, you really think so?" And it's like Dora the Explorer, like how she'll ask a question to the audience and then wait for the fucking audience to actually respond.
Hi, I'm Dora. What's your name? What's your name?
And then it was like,
That's kind of how Knights of the Old Republic was. And that was a great game.
it was, but it's not. It doesn't have as much depth as Knights of the Old Republic, because Knights of the Old Republic gave you like 5 or 6 different choices. In this game, you got 2.
Okay.
That's it. You have 2. Say this or say that, and then later on in the game, you get a little girl who is basically your verbal avatar, I like to call her. Because this little girl, all she does is just repeat what you said.
We'll call her
in
Dora.
little girl, in little girl voice. So,
What was the fairy's name from Dust?
I know exactly who you're talking. Fidget.
So she's basically Fidget.
Except
Except at least Dust says a word every now and then.
exactly,
Okay.
Dust actually had a voice. And you know what? This character has a voice too. The main character, Luger, in Zillia 2 has a voice. You want to know how I know he has a voice? He hasn't had any dialogue, but you sure as hell hear him saying the names of his moves. Moonlight Clef, fucking Dragon Uppercut. You hear him scream that shit out when you're actually playing the game and doing battles. But all
Holy
I've
shit.
heard him say in the actual
just
game
thought of
itself was, huh? What? Yeah.
Sailors?
You just made me think of Link just now on Legend of Zelda.
Oh my god, I was thinking the same
You
thing.
never hear his voice, but whenever he's like, and if you think about it that way, if he was to actually say something, would his voice sound like that? Would he be like, "Hey Zelda, what? Hey, let's defeat Ganon," and that's probably why he keeps his mouth shut.
I guess that wouldn't be too far from. Well, excuse me, princess. Okay, fair enough. But for some reason, Zelda worked and Zillia's not. Not at all.
See, man, should have kept playing Shenmue. At least Rio repeats back what he was told.
You want to really want to know what grinds my gears? The fact that there's no Shenmue 3. But
Give it time, young one.
Look, I did read a rumor over the week that it's a rumor that there may be something at E3. Keep my fingers crossed, because I love that game. I love those games.
I'll expect Shenmue 3 the same time I expect Half-Life 3.
Sailors? I need to put like the video clip of that when he just says it over and over.
Yeah, we'll cut this out and put that in.
I'm looking for some sailors. Sailors?
Sailors?
So, what else? What else is going on in video game news?
Metal Gear Solid 5. There was a video put up today, and at the end of the video, it had a release date of September the 1st, 2015.
Christ.
Anybody else excited like I am?
I really am.
Oh,
I
yeah.
love those games.
Why they wait until September 1st? Does anybody know the actual timeline of Metal Gear Solid? I know none of us here know it.
We looked it
Yeah,
up that day.
there's a
Now,
timeline.
if you ask me, do I remember it? No, but we did look it up that day and just said it.
It's actually a lot easier than the Legend of Zelda timeline. I can tell you that
Ugh.
much.
So,
Okay, it was.
It just gets confusing because there's clones like Naked Snake and Solid Snake. People think that they're the same character at first. They're not. Once you get all that out of the way, it's very clear what the timeline is.
so 5 is supposed to take place.
That's like
I think it's 3.
Let's just talk along.
let's not get into this.
Let's
I'm
just
gonna
talk
say
along the
3,
lines
1,
of just
2,
Well, there's the PS Vita games and the PSP
That's Peace Walker.
games.
3, 1, 2, Peace Walker, 4,
No,
and then
Peace
5.
Walker comes right after 3.
You sure?
Yes.
That's okay.
Anyway, let's not talk about that.
Yeah, talk about getting off on a tangent. Like, super off.
So, yeah, what else? What else is going on?
Grand Theft Auto 5 for the PC got pushed back to April, but Heist comes out March 10th.
So, console games actually do get the hype.
7 days away for the Heist to come out.
Yeah.
I know it seemed like a little too late, but I got it for Xbox One, so I'm kind of excited. But I do want to play it.
I'm very excited.
It's basically like Destiny raids, but it's in Grand Theft Auto form of you like robbing stuff. So,
Man, damn, I have become tick. I don't have any positive opinions about
just
shit.
Absolutely
anything.
nothing.
Look, man,
Shit,
I don't know what kind of funk you in, but you need to get out of it.
Kill yourself.
He needs to play a good game.
I feel like there's enough. Like he's just not playing anything.
And then when a game that he's already played comes out with something cool 2 years later, it's
Look.
understandable. It's understandable that he's just like, whatever.
No, man. Like there's at least one game out there for somebody to play. I refuse to believe that there isn't any.
I thought that's what the Tales game were, man, but it killed me.
You
man.
know what? You too selective, man.
It
You too
hurt my
selective.
heart.
You're too picky.
We'll help you out.
Gotta be a
But
video game
yeah.
for Jeez.
Something, damn. But I'm ready for GTA 5. For the Heist. I want to play it. I gotta assemble a team together. I think they say each one takes around either an hour and a half or 2 hours to complete each heist. So
I'm thinking about picking
Nice.
it up for the Xbox One. So
fun things. But I got 7 days because I gotta get my rank up because my rank is shit because I just got the game. So
if I do get it for the Xbox One, will it transfer my rank over?
yeah.
Okay, cool.
I transferred my rank of like rank 2 over, and so
I think I'm close to 40. It's not that high, but
see, I need to get my.
I think that's where I left off was about 40. Before I retired from my
You got some
my
catching
Grand
up to
Theft
do, man.
days. Those were times.
Xbox Gold for the month of March is Tomb Raider. Games with Gold is Tomb Raider, BioShock Infinite, and the Xbox One gets Rayman Legends. So those are gonna be free for the month for all you people that like free shit. 'Cause I like free shit.
Everybody likes
Yep.
free shit.
So I recommend everybody get Tomb Raider and BioShock Infinite especially. Those
Never
games
played
are
BioShock,
incredible.
but I played Tomb Raider.
yeah.
Tomb Raider,
Bioshock.
Tomb
Did you
Raider,
play
I
the
love.
Tomb
I
Raider?
haven't,
Amazing.
I haven't played the new.
This
Tomb
is the
Raider.
new one.
Is it the new?
Yeah,
one?
Yeah.
Then I'm probably gonna love it even more.
exactly. Give us something.
See,
to
I
do.
was the opposite
Yes.
effect. I hated Tomb Raider until I played this one.
Really?
Yes, those games are terrible to me.
I loved them, man. But I've never played BioShock, but I'm gonna get that played. See what it's like.
It's definitely worth it. Yeah.
I
This is
paid
the
The
last
story,
Bioshock,
the story
but
for
you don't
Bioshock
need to-
has always been good.
Yeah.
And I'm a sucker for a game with a good story, so.
Same here. And Rayman Legends, I just downloaded it yesterday and I played a little bit of it. It's
Oh my god, that's straight up my childhood.
that's one of the prettiest games I think I've ever seen in my life,
Yeah.
and it's fun, and it's free. So I recommend everybody will get all of those.
Can't be
pretty.
free.
Like I watched the Raving Rabbids show just because I played that game. And it's hilarious
It
too,
is.
but you know.
So the Order 1886 debacle.
Oh Lord, here we go.
Yeah, she brought this up earlier when we were talking about it. We've actually brought this up several times in other episodes that we ended up cutting out. But,
Due to problems, but it's all good.
yeah. I don't know. This game, you guys got me all excited about it. It looked amazing. And then you told me that one guy got the game early and he posted a review on YouTube. And then that hurt sales. And apparently the game is all just reactionary commands. It's like push X now, push circle now.
This was
It's
the
like, I
game
might
you
as well
kept
watch
getting
a movie.
confused with. Was it Battlefield Art? Not Battlefield Art, something else. Evolve.
Yeah.
That's right, yeah. And I mean, from what I've seen, that probably is one of the best looking games on any console or PC in general. And it does look cool, but
Is it $60 worth of interactive movie?
Yeah, it's a movie.
yeah, pretty
much,
much, yeah.
Yeah.
It's, I mean, most people beating it like in, the usual time is like maybe 7.5, 8 hours, which that's not bad. I'm not mad at that, but
If a
I don't
game-
want to play a game that's
Yeah.
full of quick time events the whole time,
Yeah.
where it's just like run and push X like that.
Because if that's the case, if you're making games like that, then we can just watch one person playing it on YouTube.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
no skill involved. What's the point of me putting my hands on it?
true.
I mean, even though I play Telltale games, like it's labeled as that, and those games are only $5 a piece. Whereas
And
this
you're
is
gonna pay
$60,
$60 for a
and
Telltale
I'm thinking
No.
like this is an action game or whatever, and it's not. Like it's hold X or hold triangle or hold such and such. It's
So you telling me when the game, before the game came out, it was misleading to what it actually was going to be?
Yeah, they were making it out like it was a legit action game.
Oh, bad job.
And then, initially, everyone's qualm with it was that it was too short. And I was sitting there thinking, who cares how short or long it is, as long as it's, like I said, I'm a sucker for a game with a good story. As long as it's got a good story,
yeah,
who cares
I don't care.
how short it is?
As long as
But-
the math is there, where it's like,
Yeah.
if you paid $20 for a 2-hour movie, then this game should at least be 6 hours because you're paying for like 3 movies.
Yeah.
No.
Alcatel, that means that we're
This is 8:30.
Whoops.
I mean, I need to get a PS4 because I don't have one. So I mean, I do want to play it. I just don't want to pay $60 for it. Sorry, developers who made that game. Don't be mad at me. Maybe you should make a game full of QuickTime events.
Be mad at yourself.
This is what remember
For
that
your
game Rise for the
deception.
Xbox One? It did the same thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
looked
Okay.
incredible, but all it was just like QuickTime events and.
So what is this? It says Mad Max gets canceled for the 360 and PS3, and more last-gen games are getting canceled. This makes me a little sad for. I mean, it doesn't really make me sad because I have an Xbox One. Ha! But
I'm kind of happy.
Yeah, they really do
it's
need
time-
to start moving forward.
It's time to move on, man.
Yeah.
360 and PS3 is cool though. It's time to move. It's
And
time
I'm
to move
looking forward to this Mad Max game and the movie. It all looks so
Now
good.
we all know movie adaptations into game usually
Yeah.
it's really bad, but
But for
I'm
this,
happy somebody else said it besides me.
no, I mean it's
Across
pretty,
the
it's pretty
board,
well
we
known.
understand that.
I
yeah.
normally don't fall for it, but this is Mad Max, and
From what
I love Mad Max.
I
I've always
I want to
loved
drive
Mad Max.
around in the desert and kill people.
these
shoot
are
harpoon guns.
that game's actually supposed to be okay, so I'm
I'm
making
sad.
that one a
I'm sad
chance.
about it not coming out on 360. I really want.
You'll
that
have
to
an
happen.
Xbox One by the time it comes
I
out.
hope. Maybe.
Like-
I'm poor.
Them developing
Aren't we
for
all?
360 is just like taking up so much time, and they can't put all the time.
I
into
know
what
they're
they
not
need to be
going
doing.
to, but I that's what I want. I'm just saying, as a gamer, I want that to be able to play that
Yeah.
right
They
now.
don't care what you want.
Anyway,
know,
much like
but
the gaming
regardless.
industry, let's move on. The DuckTales series is coming back. Do you guys think that it's coming back because of the success of the DuckTales remastered game that came out in 2013?
No,
Yeah.
I think this is just Disney just like, hey, let's bring the DuckTales back.
Just bring back a good cartoon, pretty
Yeah,
much.
and that was like
It
one
was
of the best
successful.
cartoons,
Yeah.
Because I don't know a lot of people that got that DuckTales game. I mean, it's the same thing. It's just remastered, but
Yeah.
I think they just brought it back just because it's.
But maybe
cool
they
to
were
bring
just
back.
checking to make sure that the DuckTales brand was still strong in the community, and
Yeah.
it is. I mean, we love DuckTales.
Well,
Ooh.
I'm gonna watch it. No one else does. I will.
Speaking of cartoons and stuff, the Adventure Time movie was announced by Warner Brothers. Yes. The first thing I asked was, is it going to be live action or animated? And yeah, upon further investigation, it is going to be animated, which I'm okay with. Much like the SpongeBob movie, you just don't make it live action. You're just gonna fuck it up if you make it live action.
Yeah.
I will go sit down for an hour and a half, 2 hours for an animated.
What if
Adventure
Guillermo
Yeah.
del Toro directed an Adventure Time movie?
If it was live action, I would be okay with that. Guillermo del Toro. Was
Oh my
awesome.
god, that would be the biggest mind trip ever.
If anybody could pull that off, he can pull that off.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I see that being somehow similar to like Pan's Labyrinth.
Exactly.
and
Oh, yeah.
Just
There's all sorts of weird, creepy things in Adventure Time, and I guess they could pull it off live action. but
Only
I'm
him.
just
I
gonna
don't want
wait.
anybody else to touch that if that did happen. Don't let nobody else direct that.
I can just imagine what the Lich would look like live action.
Oh Jesus Christ! Nightmare fuel. And talking about movies and such.
MacGruber 2.
Yeah. Will Forte said that once he's done with The Last Man on Earth, which, by the way, I've got to say, I saw the first episode. It's amazing. At first, I was hoping that it would just be him, but they immediately introduced Kristen Shaw and are into the show, and it's super funny. I love it. Just the part where he conks his head, and his head is in Alexandra Daddario's lap.
Who?
Alexandra Daddario! It's a good joke. So he wakes up and he goes, "Hey, would you like to hear me sing?" And he goes, "Well, there's something strange in the neighborhood." And she goes, "Ghostbusters!" I was like, "This is the best show. The writing is amazing. Just everything."
basically, it's
Daddario-
made for nerds.
Yeah, it's made. Yeah, Will Forte's amazing, and he said when he gets done with this little project, He wants to
MacGruber
get
2.
right into MacGruber 2.
That is his main objective.
If you don't like
2.
MacGruber, then
Fuck
That-
you.
my friend.
That is one of the funniest movies that I have had the pleasure of watching.
Yeah.
You guys okay?
I thought that movie was gonna be stupid, and then I watched it and I died.
I mean, it was stupid, but
I mean, you know, a lot of movies can be dumb, but it's still just not funny. You just sit there like
yeah.
that. I cried way too many times. That movie is damn. Shout out to Ryan Phillippe.
You can catch him on ABC. Was it on ABC? Yeah, ABC's Lies and Secrets, or Secrets and Lies, whatever.
Yeah,
Juliette
Secrets and
Lewis.
Lies.
If you haven't watched MacGruber, please go watch it, and I promise you won't be sorry. You'll like it.
Hopefully, Kristen Wiig will be done with her filming of Ghostbusters, and then she can get.
She can come back, and then they can have another love scene, and she can say, "I'm gonna fill you up." And then Maya Rudolph can come back, and she can.
Community Season 6, the trailer popped up today on Yahoo and just YouTube and everything. Do you watch Community?
No.
We are going to change that.
Yeah.
That is an
Apparently.
amazing show.
Great show.
Apparently, I need to watch it.
I'm
They
ready.
do a lot of cool,
It's-
like Doctor Who and like a bunch of
I've
crazy,
heard it.
yeah.
I've heard a lot of good stuff about it.
It's an insane show. I got all these guys to watch it, and most of the people that I tried to get to watch it, they were like, no, I don't really like sitcoms like that, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no, dude, you don't know what this is yet. You got to get into like,
I binge watched
yeah.
the last like 3 seasons in like a few days. That show's funny as hell.
It's going to be good.
Troy, you gonna come back
6 seasons.
at
of the
least for
movie.
one episode, Troy.
Come on. Anyway, that wraps it up for episode 9 of the Permakid Podcast. Be sure to check us out on Facebook.com/Permakids.
And YouTube.com/Permakids.
Permakids.net. And check out the Facebook.com/Black What is that?
Facebook.com/BlackSheepCause.
Yeah, and there's a link to that on permakids.net, so you can check us out there. Don't forget about the Geeks, Games, and Gadgets convention coming to Nacogdoches Expo Center July 17th through the 19th.
Hopefully, I'll have a booth.
Yeah, hopefully, we'll...
GGG.
You might end up taking my spot with these guys somehow, but...
I'm gonna be running back and forth between booths.
But anyway, definitely just keep checking us out. Make sure that you get on our Facebook and ask us some hypothetical questions. We can talk about it on the next episode. I guess that's about it.
We might have a Dragon Ball Z episode coming up soon. We don't know just yet.
Sweet.
We've been arguing about this shit for the past 2 days, and we're not going to get into it. But yeah,
Yeah,
expect that.
XG,
Look forward to
Expect
We're
that.
beefing with another podcast.
XG.
Say XGE, but like say it like SGE, like G.
that.
Anyway, yeah. So we'll see you guys next week. Thanks.
Okay,
We
bye.
out.